How's it, everybody? So today is a special episode. It's a special day of the Daily Show. We've done this before, actually, on the show before. Before the series started, we put on a combined effort to try and make an 11. And I think it's very important that we do the same thing, maybe for the Wanderers, because I think there's some changes that people would like in this particular squad going into this particular test match that they want differently from the Wanderers test match. Obviously, the Newlands test, you obviously want to select a new group of players, and I wanted to know what you guys would pick and who you'd go with in this lineup. So it's an opportunity for the fans to combine and put their brains together and actually put your minds together and put together a combined 11. So it's your 11 that you'd like to see play against um, India in the final test at Newlands. Obviously, what you're going to need to do is look at the squad and then pick from the squad. I don't want to see players being mentioned that are not in the squad and not available for selection. I would just like to hear what you guys have to say. Are you going to be doing? Um, are you going to be doing a, a full-on 7-4 split? Are you going to do 6-5? What are you going to be doing with regards to that? I would like to know what you guys will be doing with regards to the team. So we obviously going to be dedicating the show to that specifically. I see that the quality of the video quality is a little bit bad. I'm sorry about that. It's not on. It's got nothing to do with me currently. It might be StreamYard, so just bear with us. It should level out and get a little better. Hopefully, it will. Okay, so let me just give you the rules for today's game. Sorry, the game that we're playing today. So what we will be doing is you guys will be voting in the live chat. We will be having people in the live chat also helping us tally up. But you'll be voting for your 11 and who you'd like to see play in the test against India at Newlands. We will start with the opening positions and then we'll go and we'll vote for each individual position before we come to a concluded 11 that we've combined as a team over here. Myself and Aditya will not vote, but we will discuss who we would like in the team, etc., and who we'd open with. Once the 11 is selected and the complete 11 is selected, then we're opening up the super chats. The super chats is if you are unhappy with a particular selection. So, for example, let's just say you don't want Dean Alga in the team. Now, I'm just giving an example. You would have to bid to get Dean Alga swapped with this particular player. So, for example, if you say Dean Alga out, Sadal in for say $10 or $5 or $1, let's just say $1. Then if someone pays $2 and says no, they want Dean to stay in the team, they outbid you. So they will keep that position for that particular selection. But how that works is if you want to change any player within the lineup, you'd have to bid. And someone can outbid you according to that. So how you do that is in the super chat. There is a dollar sign in the super chat that you can click on, and when you click on that, you can select the amount of money you want to do the super chat with, and then you can select your team. So we're going to do that. We're going to start right now. We're going to go into the selection, and then the super chats will be turned on for you guys to start your bidding on who you want out and who you want in. So let's get straight into today's content. If you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe. Please click that notification bell for all future videos, please. And subscribe to Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. Every single issue 100% free. Straight to your inbox every single month, including the back issues. So without further ado, guys, let's get straight into today's video. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your daily show. This is your opportunity to obviously pick your 11. I'm your host, Khalid Maiden. This is my co-host, Aditya, and today we're going to be talking about your selection for this particular game, the final test between South Africa and India at Newlands that will kick off tomorrow. So it will start tomorrow. I'll be at the game. I'll be watching it from the media center at least. Hopefully, we'll be getting some good cricket. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to see some good cricket. Unfortunately, no fans, so I'm not going to be able to speak to you guys. But let's get into it. Let's go with this. Let's go with your selections. Please vote once only. Don't vote for a player more than once. It's going to make it difficult for Werner, myself, Aditya to actually count up and tally who you guys have selected. When you guys are done, I will put it onto a graphic and then show you guys what you have selected. And then we'll open up the super chat. And then once the super chat is open, you guys can then start voting people out or voting people in, etc., etc. So let's start with the selection. Let's start with the number one position. That's the opening position. Who is your opening partners? Let's start with 1 and 2. It's easier to do a opening partnership for this one. So let us know in the live chat right now who you vote for when it comes to the opening position. I'm under the. We've obviously spoken about our team yesterday in our preview, which you guys can go check out on this channel. And we've both decided and agreed upon, Aditya, that Alga and D, and Aiden should keep their position as an opening pair, and we should obviously prolong with them and give them obviously a longer chance to get it right. So for at number one, I think we both picked Alga as our number one batter, and Markram as the opener. By the quick glance at the live chat at the moment, it looks like Alga and Markram is leading this particular vote. So it's fair to say that Dean Alga and Markram. What was your reasons, if you just can recap for the guys, on why not to be teased by so many people talking about Alga maybe, I mean, sorry, Aiden maybe batting down the order, why you haven't been teased to do so?
Well, primarily because we don't want to disrupt the entire batting lineup. If Aiden, who is who is traditionally been an opener, moves to four, then who's going to play at four? That's going to disturb Rassi Vandertussen, who's trying to make a case for himself at four. And it's not like he can just start opening again. So either Aiden opens or he's not in the team. But even Aiden not being in the team is a very big call because he's done fairly well for South Africa, and it's only been a couple of Test matches ago that he made a solid 60 odd in the West Indies, and he made a 100 in Rawalpindi. So I think dropping Aiden would be a massive call. So Aiden and Dean Elgar should be opening the batting.
Mm-hmm. And you guys can start voting for your number two now already. So obviously
I mean, number
Alga's
three.
partner. I know. Well, I think they only voted for Alga so far,
Okay.
so I don't think they've went for number two yet. So please let me know if it's Aiden that you want as number two, because I saw someone drop in a Sarl earlier. So let's just make sure that it's Dean Alga and Aiden opening. So who's Dean's opening partner, guys, for number two? Let's get that in over here so we can get the voting in before we move on to number three. Yeah, I mean, we would like to see. I would like to see Aiden obviously take advantage of this particular game and really um, push himself to the level that we know he can. You know, it's very difficult when you are going up and down and yo-yoing. He's had some good series. Like I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, actually, I think it was yesterday, and we spoke about Aiden's career. And if you look at his career as a whole, if you take out that first couple of centuries and half century that he scored against Zimbabwe and Bangladesh, etc., it drops his average significantly, actually, because he's only really scored a massive series he had against Australia, when he scored 100 and 150, and then he scored 91 against India at home, and then away he maybe scored. I think he scored some runs away against India, but it's particularly that 100 against Pakistan and that half century against Pakistan that again, and half century against West Indies that has kind of leveled it again. But in between that period and now and this period, there has been a struggle. Sri Lanka away, India away. There has been a struggle from Aiden Markram, so we really want to see him obviously take it to the next level. So for number two, I'm going to put Aiden down as number two. Can we not vote for the entire team, please? Can we just go for each position, please? Because otherwise we're just going to get heavily confused. We go in position by position so that everybody has an opportunity to vote. So let's get Okay, so we've got Aiden Markram in at 2. Let's move on for number 3. I would like to know if you who you'd want for your number 3 position. Um, only number 3, please. Only vote for number 3. Siraj, I see you voting for the entire team. Let's just vote for number 3. We're just doing one position at a time so we can get your combined team. Otherwise, it's not going to work. We will open up the super chats later on in the show, so please do not. You'll see a banner go at the bottom of the screen that will open up over there to show that we are ready to take in super chats. So I will put that at the bottom of the screen when we are ready. I'll actually type it out now. I need an actual better keyboard that can sit further back. When I get a proper studio, if you guys get involved with the Patreon, then I'll get a proper studio, and then you guys can obviously help me set that up. Okay, I'm just gonna add that so long. Okay, so let's see what's happening over here in the live chat. Yeah, I have one actually, Aditya. I do have one. I just need to. There's only one place for a USB on the new MacBooks. So you need on the new MacBooks. You don't have a USB input.
Get a Bluetooth
So you
keyboard.
need. Yeah, I need to get a Bluetooth keyboard. Yeah. So with a new Mac, there's no attachment for for USB.
Yeah.
So you need to put an attachment in. Everything you have to buy extra. My friend bought an iPhone recently, even for the cable to charge his phone. He can't charge his phone if he doesn't have the plug that he has to buy extra. So it's quite confusing. So everybody's gone for KP at number 3. Hey, let's see. Typing you a message, Aditya. Okay, so we've got KP at number 3. Let's move on to number 4. Because there were some people obviously talking about maybe moving Aiden to 4 and then moving Sarel ERV to 3. But based on this particular lineup that you guys have picked so far, it seems that they're number 4, that KP remains at your number 3. So who's your number 4? There are some guys that have spoken about Markram at number 4. If you want to see Markram at number 4, you're going to have to open up the super chat later on. But at the moment, we've slotted him at 2. So the majority, the guys that have the minority, just have to go with the majority for now. If there is a massive difference, we've got quite a few for Bavuma at number 4 as well. I see Stemba's name coming in at number 4. And then we've got some for Rassie van der Dussen. So I think this is going to be a very tight one. A tight one, I think, Aditya, from this perspective. Who would you go with? We spoke about it yesterday, but what's your thoughts?
Tembo at 4 and Rassie at 5, in my view.
I agree. I think this is going to be very similar to the team that we picked the last time out. Obviously, Quinny is not here anymore. But yeah, we'll have to obviously change those things around. What is the chat saying so far, Aditya? What did Werner say? Um,
8 for Bavuma and 5 for Rassie.
Okay, so we've got. I'm gonna put down. So at the moment, it's 8 for Bavuma, 5 for Rassie. So if Bavuma, so it looks to be like Bavuma's won that one at number 4.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put Bavuma at 4. Then who's your number 5? I'm assuming that will be Rassie van der Dussen at number 5, guys. So vote for your 5 guys. RVD at number 5, if that's the case. All the votes are in for Bavuma, so we're going to put Bavuma at number 4. Rassie van der Dussen at number 5. The first vote is in for him. Very interesting. I like to do the show because it's very interesting to see what you guys and how similar you guys actually think when it comes to selection. It's good to see that a lot of you guys actually think similarly when it comes to selecting these players, and it's good to see the similarities in your selections. So far, this is what you guys have put up: Alga at 1, Aiden at 2, Keegan at 3, Bavuma at 4, Rasif Anderson at 5. And so far, has it been the same? Is it the same currently? RVD, RVD, RVD. Cool. Number 5 is RVD. Let's move on to number 6. Now it's going to start to get interesting because there's some people that wanted an extra batter, some people that didn't. Who's your number 6, guys? Let's go for your number 6. Let's get your number 6 in. A lot of guys wanted an extra batter maybe in and moving Kyle Verreynne down the order. So we've got our first for Ryan Rickleton in at number 6. We've got our first for Kyle Verreynne in at number 6. Jean, we've already got the number 6. RVD is already number 5. So you can't pick RVD for number 6. You need to pick whoever else is in the squad. So far, I've seen quite a bit of people calling for Ryan Rickleton in the team. Verreynne, Ryan Rickleton, Kyle Verreynne. So this is going to be a difficult one. I don't know why. Number 3 KP. George Linder, domestic home ground at 6. Can't really pick him. So, unfortunately. 7 for Kyle, 3 for Rickleton. Let's go with Kyle Verreynne at 6. I'm just going to stop it there. Smash the like button, please, people. Comment and share, subscribe. Rob Van Dam. RVD. Okay, so 8 for Kyle, 3 for Rickleton. So Kyle Verreynne has won the number 6 battle. Who's your number 7, guys? Let's move on. Let's move on to your number 7. Very interesting one because this is going to decide, obviously, whether we're going to play that 7-4 split. What's your thoughts on the 7-4 split there, Aditya?
In principle, I'd agree, but I'm not sure a 7-4 split would allow South Africa to take 20 wickets.
Can you not see that that space attack of Jansen, Rabada, Lungi cleaning up?
Objectively, yes, but for that to happen, you'd need all 3 of them to be on song, and that's a difficult expectation to have because you look at the first 2 test matches. The first test match, I thought all the bowlers looked rusty except for Lungi. So you basically have Marco Jansen playing his first test match. He's still inexperienced. He's still playing his first series. And you have KG who is getting better, but he's still not cranking up the pace in the way that we know that he can. So and Lungi's pace has dropped, although he's been bowling brilliantly well. So question is, do they have enough ammo to be able to take 20 wickets? It's a question on a flat Cape Town wicket. So I don't know. Objectively,
Okay.
they have the potential to do it, but given the circumstances, I don't know.
So at 7, we've got 6 for Rickleton, 1 for Linda, 2 for Mulder, 2 for Jansen, and 1 for Maharaj. So it looks clearly that Ryan Rickleton gets the spot at the number 7 position. Okay, so that's going to be the one that we pick. Okay, so before we get going again, I'm just going to update this so that you guys can have a look, because I don't want you guys to be picking guys that are already selected or are not in the squad or whatever the case may be. So please just have a look at the names that are available right now, and then pick accordingly for your 8s and 9s. So think carefully about your bowling attack before we go into the bowling attack. We are now obviously going to be looking very closely at the number 8 position and seeing. But so far, this is what you guys have as your batting attack. So you've got Dean Elgar at 1, Aiden at 2, Keegan Peterson at 3, Bavuma at 4, Rassi van der Dussen at 5, Kyle Verreynne at 6, and Ryan Rickleton at 7. So that's what you guys have selected so far. Let's get into your number 8s. You're getting into your bowling section of things right now. So this is going to get very interesting. Who will be your number 8? We've got Marco Jansen coming in the comments at 8. How impressed have you been with Marco Jansen so far in his opening test series? I think I've been quite impressed with what he's done and how he's gone about his business.
Unbelievable. He's been a standout performer for South Africa, and what's really encouraging about Marco is that he's getting better with every innings. And he already he had set a pretty high standard with his first outing, but you can see the progress that he's made. And he made proper use of the conditions of the Wanderers. So he's only going to get better from here on. But very good, very impressive.
Yeah, I've been very, very, very impressed with him. He's been excellent. Particularly, what I've liked is, yes, the learning from his mistakes part. He'd constantly look like he's made a change to try and fix what he's done. So we've got 9 for Jansen, 2 for Linda. So I'm going to put Marco Jansen in at number 8. I'm not going to still wait around for more votes to come in. The super chat is for that. So we've got Marco Jansen in at 8. So number 9, guys, let's get your number 9s in. Let's see who you got in at number 9. I'm interested to see it. It seems like it will probably be very straightforward on who the 9 should be. South Africa's best batsman probably is going to come in at number 9. Some people might say that our best batter is actually injured at the moment. Andrich Jacques Nokia. So we've got Rabada at number 9 is coming in quickly over here. It seems like it. KG. Everybody's going KG for Skrik here. So it's KG. Cool. Werner, I think I'm going to rule that one. It seems like KG's, easy, simple one. Let's go to number 10, guys. Number 10. Number 10 is going to be interesting because I don't know who you guys would want to drop and who you'd want to keep. So it's going to be very interesting to see who you guys will pick at number 10. So let's see your number 10s come in. Still waiting for your number 10s to come in before we can really get going and start doing the proper stuff. Can we talk about KG a little bit? Not necessarily the KG that we were hoping for to come into the series. What's your thoughts on KG, Aditya? Do you feel that we're going to see the best of him at Newlands? Has he gotten enough game time behind him now and innings is behind him and spells behind him to really put up a good performance?
I do, yeah. Again, I think KG's gotten better, and that little chat that Dean Elgar probably had with him at the Wanderers might have lit that fire in his belly. So let's see how he goes at the Newlands. But what I'd really like to see is the KG that bowled in the second innings at the Wanderers, because you could see the increase in his pace. He was bowling between 140 and 145 a lot more in that second innings compared to the first innings, as well as the 2 innings at the Centurion. So that's the KG that we all want to see.
Yeah, moving at pace. That's what I want to see. I'm hoping that there's going to be some nip in the wicket, and the overhead conditions are going to suit the bowlers, particularly the bowlers like KG. But I just hope it doesn't. We don't give India an opportunity, because Shami will be ridiculous. So there are 7 for. There are 7 for Olivier, is what I'm seeing over here. So Olivier is going to come in at 10. I'm surprised that people are still selecting him. Let's go for because he hasn't necessarily been the player that I thought he was going to be. I've been a little bit let down by what I saw from him. I thought I was going to see a much. Maybe that's the injury as well. I think that maybe that injury that I spoke about is maybe affecting him, and he was more focused on rather getting the correct length and line length. So he let pace slowly maybe fall by the wayside because it was more important that we get accurate on this wicket, on the wicket that he played at. So maybe that's the case. But you guys have voted for Olivier at 10. So that leaves us with one more spot, and that is our number 11 spot. Let's see who you guys pick. We've got a Buren Hendricks in here. We've got an Ngidi in here. I mean, I'm surprised that Ngidi wasn't one of the first bowlers on the team sheet based on the way he's bowled the series. I mean, I've been very, very impressed with Lungi Ngidi. Coming back from a long injury, coming back and performing the way he has performed. Aditya, how do you feel about Lungi? And guys, KG's already been selected, so please don't vote for KG. That doesn't make sense.
Lungi's been brilliant. Um, he's been. I mean, you look at the impact of the South African bowling attack through the series, and he's probably been the most impactful. He's very unlucky not to get wickets at the Wanderers in that first innings, but he was really getting the ball to talk. So if there's a bowler that needs to be in that team, it has to be Lungi. Outstanding. And real kudos to him, because if before this he said himself that he didn't know that he was going to be picked. And there were plenty on the outside who felt like maybe he didn't deserve that spot, but he's been outstanding.
Yeah, he has, and I like how skillful he's become. I mean, he's a lot more skillful than he used to be. He's added a lot of things to his game. He's a lot better, he's a lot more accurate, and he knows exactly how to get the best out of his field, to get the best out of a pitch, and to get the best out of himself. So we've got Lungi Ngidi. It seems like Lungi Ngidi is one. This particular one, let me just see what's going on here so that I can get. So Keshav is not being selected in this particular squad. So I'm going to take Keshav out of here, cut him out, put Marco Jansen. I'm just making the graphic for you guys so you guys can have a look. And then we can start the bidding process, guys. The bidding process will then start. But just hold on. Let me just get the team downloaded. Just forgive me if there are any spelling mistakes or whatever, because I haven't checked it. I'm trying to do everything while I'm live with you guys. So let's see what happens. Aditya, it is Lungi that I won number 11 so far. I didn't check now. Okay. So let me just check quickly. Okay, so votes are in. It's time for us to reveal to you guys who you've selected. Smash the like button, please. Comment in the comment section as well. It's time to show you guys who you've selected as your 11. Just waiting for it to upload. Okay, cool. So this is your 11 guys that you've selected for the third test. Sorry about the spelling mistake there. I know it's the incorrect one over there. But it's for the third test. Dean Alger, Aiden Markram, Keegan Peterson, Temba Bavuma, Rassie van der Dussen, Kyle Verreynne, Ryan Rickleton, Marco Jansen, Kagiso Rabada, Dwan Olivier, and Lungi Ngidi. So that's who you guys have picked for the third test. Now we're gonna open up the super chat. So the super chat is now available for you guys. Let me just put it up on the screen. Super chat is now available for your voting. How this works guys, is if you want someone out of the team. So, for example, if you want Rassi van der Dussen out of the team, you'll vote for the player that you want to see replace Rassi, and it's only one super chat per player. If someone else outbids you and says no, they want to rather keep Rassi in the team, then they can outbid you and keep Rassi in the team. So that's how it's going to work with regards to super chats. So you guys will have to vote for your super chat, and I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes if nobody's going to vote and try to keep players in. And then I'm just going to call it, and we'll obviously update the latest team. So let's see who's going to be voting for who. And if nobody does it, then we'll just keep this team as its own. Because the last time you guys were going insane with the super chats to pick your team. So we are just trying to maintain this and see what you guys will come up with leading into this test match. Everybody wants to know what your team is. I mean, we had a lot of debate the last time around when you had the opportunity to vote for the super chat. You had a lot of people the last time that have voted. So let me know in the super chat who you guys are voting for, who you'd want to see. And we will make the changes. I've got a piece of paper down here so you guys can tell me and I'll be able to remember them. So yeah, so at the moment, I'm just going to try and change the super chat, vote for your super chat thing here at the bottom. I can see that Werner's explained that that's going to happen. So it will cut off the wording a little bit. That's what it is. That's a lot better. Okay, so this is your current team. If you want to vote anybody out, you can let me know. I'm giving you guys till 35 minutes past. I'm giving you guys until 35 minutes past to get, or let's make it 22 to get your votes in. I would like to know who you guys want to see in instead of whoever. Remember, one super chat per player. So if you want, for example, Temba to come out and you want Bjorn Hendricks to come in, then that counts as one super chat. So that's how you're going to work. The super chat dollar sign is at the bottom of the screen. You just click on that and it will pop up, and then you'll have options. So as I said, that's your 11. Aditya, let's get your thoughts. If you had an opportunity to change anything, to change anyone in this team, who would you go for?
I'd bring in Keshav, and I'd probably leave out Kyle. I'm not Kyle. I'm sorry, Ryan. Ryan, not Kyle.
Okay, so we've got our first super chat from John, and he has voted for Dwan to come in, to Dwan to go out, sorry, and Steerman to come in instead. So we've got our first super chat in, guys. That's 14 rand. So if you want to change that, you're going to have to obviously outbid him. So currently he's changed. He wants Steerman in instead of Olivier at number 10. So we're going to make that change and update you with that change as soon as we have the opportunity to do so. I'm going to try and do that right now. Remember, if you want to make a change, you're going to have to pay for a super chat, and then ultimately what happens is then you can make your one change. If you want a different change, another change, then you have to make a second super chat. That's the only way we're going to be doing this currently. And Aditya, while I'm looking away at the screen, I'm currently not looking at the moment, always at the screen. So if you do see a new super chat come in, please read it out for me and let me know so that I can put it up. So as you know, I'm going to now upload the new team, and then you guys will know exactly who the new team is. Actually, what I'll do, it's actually easier for me to do it this way. Let me share my screen and share my tab with you guys so that you guys can have a look at what my screen says and then I can just change it on there as we see fit. So and then you can still see myself and Aditya when you're speaking to me. So share that with the screen. Cool. So let's do that. Let's remove this. Okay. Cool. So that's what we've got currently, guys. That's the screen for you. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it, of course. Let's try and make it. How's that, Aditya? Cool. So that's the team currently. With the super chat that has come in, we obviously have changed the Clinton Steerman coming in. Thank you for the super chat. Anybody else going to vote anybody else out? Currently, this is going to be the team that we will put on social media for everybody to see. So this team is going to be representative of everybody over here. If you want to leave it like this, you've got 4 minutes, guys, to try and get someone else in. The super chat that has been made is that Olivier is out of the team now, and Clinton Steerman has been selected in because of the super chat. So thanks a lot for the super chat once again. Is there anybody else you want to see in, guys? If you want to see anybody change in the lineup, it's your chance now. The dollar sign in the bottom corner. What's your thoughts on this particular change? Clinton Steerman at Newlands.
I'm a fan of Glenn Steerman, but I don't think it solves the problem, because South Africa need to go in with a spinner, on the one pitch that is most likely to spin of the three test venues, and you don't include a spinner. I think that's counterproductive.
Yeah, it's been a common discussion on social media and across the board that people have been asking for that extra batter to come into the system, into this particular system and this team. So it's been a common trend that I've seen recently on cricket, Twitter, etc. So, and that's been something that we've seen now in our selection when the fans selected the team. I also don't understand I also can't see how you can go into Newlands without a spinner. There was a little chat that happened on Twitter between Ravi and Henry Davids and Dan Cricket and some other guys, where Henry said in his tweet, he said, like, how can you go to Newlands without a spinner? Because generally speaking, that Newlands has been known for that to get a little bit more in it. There's a little bit more in it for the spinners. I'm a little bit worried about actually your spinner, Aditya, because Ashwan is someone that can really take apart any bowling attack. If there's even a little bit of purchase in for him, then things will change. So we've got another super chat in here. Linda in for Rickleton. Is Linda in the squad? If I remember correctly. I'm just going to double check that quickly. If I remember correctly, if he is in the squad or not. Because the last time I checked, I don't remember him being in the squad. Let's check quickly. I've got it here in front of me. So Dean Alga, Temba Bavuma, Kagiso Rapada, Sarel Irvia, Björn Hendricks. Yep, George Linda is in the squad. Okay, so we've got a vote for George Linda in, guys. $2. So if you want to beat George Linda's selection in the side instead of Rickleton, you'll have to pay for it. So yes, so Super Chat has come in and George Linda in the squad for Ryan Rickleton. If you want to change that, you're going to have to Super Chat him out. You guys have a couple of minutes left. So we're going to be changing that right now. So we've got George Linda coming in. So now we've gone with two spinners. So now you guys have a side that has two spinners, and you don't even want to play the one spinner, which is Keshav, but now you possibly could have two spinners if you've had Keshav as well. But you've chosen George Linder as your spinner instead of Keshav. So now Rickerton is gone. If you want Rickerton back in, you have to be $2. That's the only way you're going to have get Ryan Rickerton back in. So George Linder is now out. George Linder is now in, sorry, and $2 was the super chat. Any other super chats, guys? If you want to see us let's get more changes to this team. Unless you guys are happy, let's give you guys another 2 minutes for the super chat to vote for your players to come into the squad. I think all the squads that we've seen today, all the squads that we've seen today have been decent squads, and I feel that they can win. People calling for our savior Ravi in the chat, asking for them to get the team right here because the team has gone a little bit wonky compared to the first team that we've had. Just to compare the two guys so that you guys can ever see what you guys ended up with at the beginning before we made the changes. So before you made the changes, this was the team: Dean Alga, Aiden Markham, Keegan Peterson, Temba Bavuma, Rassi van der Dussen, Calver Reiner, Ryan Rickelton, Marco Janssen, Kagiso Rabara, Dwan Odefield, and Lungi Ngidi. The team has since been changed to what is on the screen. We've got Dean Alga, Aiden Markram, Keegan Peterson, Temba Bavuma, Rassi van der Dussen, Calver Reiner, George Linder, Marco Janssen, Kagiso Rabada, Clinton Steerman, and Lungi Ngidi. Those are the guys that you guys have super chatted for and voted for in the super chat to get the team selected. So who else? Anybody else want to change anything? I just want us to win the toss for changes, what Werner says. Waiting for final super chats. We're going to have a countdown soon, guys. If you have to win the toss, Aditya, what do you do if you're South Africa?
Oh, bat first.
And does it change for India if India wins? Or is your decision?
No, I think whoever wins the toss should probably bat first.
Yeah, I agree. That would be my decision too. Although I do think that could be a positive for South Africa if India bats first. Especially, it depends on the selection, of course. If we have a guy like Clinton Steerman in the team, I think that India will really struggle against him if they do bat first on a nippy wicket in overcast conditions. I really think that would be extra. That would be cool. But I would choose to bat first as well. But I wouldn't be too upset if India win the toss and bat first. I think that we'll be able to keep them down at Newlands, especially with KG. I think KG is getting better. I'm just worried about Lungi because if Lungi can get movement, then he'll be a different bowler. But he's not. I don't think he's going to get the same amount of movement. But I think Marco Janssen will be quite deadly if they captain him correctly. I think he can be quite deadly when it comes to the Newlands wicket. Okay, guys. So you've got 2 more minutes to make your final decisions on the team. If you guys want to vote for anybody else, if there's anybody else you want to super chat in, like I said, we've had 2 super chats so far. Olivier has been removed and replaced by Clinton Steeman because of the super chat. To the guys that are tuning in right now, this is what actually happened. We've asked everybody to vote in the live chat. They came up with this particular 11. This was the 11 that they came up with initially. But we play a little game on this review shows, on this fan selection shows, where you guys get to make a decision on who you want out of the team and in the team. So you provide it with a super chat. So what happened over here was Duan Olivier was removed for 14 Rand. The super chat came in. And Duan was swapped with Steerman. And we had a $2 as well, super chat, for George Linder to come in place of Duan. Not Duan Olivier, in place of Ryan Rickelton. So this is the current team now after the super chats have come in. If you want to super chat and make a vote and change a player in this lineup, you know what you have to do. The super chat, there's a dollar sign in the bottom right hand corner for you guys to obviously it's obviously for you guys to be able to select who you want to be in the team. Trevor, I don't actually think it's a stupid question, to be honest, because it depends on the wicket. And this is why I asked the question, because it depends on the wicket. And you don't just bat first just because you decide to bat first. If the wicket is going to be extremely difficult wicket to bat on in the morning, you'll probably choose. But if it's easier to bat on and it gets worse later on, that could also change your decision. So the conditions are going to change your decision on whether you want to bat or bowl first. Either way, I feel. So it depends on what type of wicket's going to be prepared. I mean, it's very difficult. Newlands, historically, it's very difficult to chase at Newlands. I think India struggled the last time to chase South Africa. Okay, yes, there was a rain interrupted day in between, similarly to the Wanderers, um, but it's very difficult to chase at Newlands. It's not the easiest place to chase. We've seen it so many times in domestic cricket. So yeah, batting first, I think, will probably be the best decision. Um, in this particular game, we are hoping that obviously you get a massive total, and then bowl out the opposition for cheaply. Preferably, forcing yourself not to chase on this particular wicket. But ultimately, if you're going to choose to bat first, you're going to chase on this wicket, which is a bit tricky. So there's a lot of variables. I'm just showing you that there's a lot of options. It's not necessarily so straightforward as many people think. I think there is some variables involved that could change things. Depending on how much you score in your first innings, you'll decide whether or not you've made the right decision or not. I think if you bat first, you need to put on a lot of runs on the board. And also, the last test, the pitch was green, a lot greener than it was than we normally are used to. It's normally a very balanced pitch at Newlands. So it was a little bit different last time out. But hopefully this time around we'll see some. Oh, here we go. Werner always saves me in the comments as well. Werner, the pitch was very clean in 2018 against India. And although we lost early wickets, batting first was still the right call, with the wicket getting worse. So yes, that is obviously the logical choice, the first choice that majority of people will choose on this particular wicket. But there is an argument for bowling first in Newlands as well. So guys, that's the final decision that you guys have made with regards to the team. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys, and watching this particular episode. You guys have selected the team that you've selected. So this is the team that you guys have selected. After the super chats came in, I gave you guys a chance to super chat and change the 11. You haven't done so. So this is the final team that you guys have selected that will go on all social media platforms tomorrow. So we've got Dean Elgar, Aiden Markram, Keegan Peterson, Temba Vuma, Rassi van der Dussen, Calvin Reina, George Linder, Marco Jansen, Kagiso Rabada, Glenton Steeman, and Lungin Gidi. Thanks a lot for all the super chats. Thanks a lot for the votes, guys. We will get straight back. We will conclude this one. We'll obviously be back tomorrow for another daily show and to review, obviously, the first day of the test. I'm talking now, it's not necessarily a daily show. So thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. Tomorrow, in fact, for a review show. Take care, everybody.